Alright, it's October 1st, baby. We're heading out to the woods. Long night last night, I didn't sleep much. Excitement. Dave and I are both just finishing up our masters at Michigan Tech, and we also play on the football team as a part of that. And we got a big win last night over the rivals, so it was a night game. I probably didn't even get home till midnight because I went to dinner with the fam and stuff like that, you know. Heading out with high hopes this morning. It's not very warm out, I can tell you that. I was shivering this morning when I got out of bed. Had to turn the heat on in the house. It was about 48 when I checked my phone, but it feels a lot colder than that, being that we've had 70s. High today, it looked like it was about 50, 52. So I'm hoping that my buck Rocky shows up. Alright, so that's the official end of early season hunting here in the UP. Pretty decent, productive year. A lot of younger bucks that should turn into some nice deer in the next couple years. Never saw the two that I was targeting, both 8 points. The one was Rocky, he was the wider 8, and then the high and tight 8. Just never really showed up. I had Rocky mapped out. He was showing up at night. Certain conditions, of course, anytime there was a major pressure change, he was in. So never really had the opportunity to really target that deer. Going down now, I have some smaller bucks on that the neighbors have been telling me about at my camp in Marquette. Outside of that, I have a spot that's right off of my neighborhood. Some bigger deer there. One for sure that I have on camera that I'm hoping I can get knocked down. Again, I don't know how much time I'm going to have to hunt that spot. I'll be at my camp most of the time with my family and friends, so either way, hopefully we can get one knocked down, fill the freezer. Alright, it's the third day of rifle season, so that would make it the 17th of November here in Michigan. It's been snowing for the last probably 24 hours, and it just turned to rain. Been having a lot of activity. My uncle got one down, and my dad shot one last night. Had a bad shot. He skinned her pretty good. No, there's a little bit of blood, but the blood trail stopped. Followed that track for probably a half mile, and it actually, the deer ended up looping back around after it bedded. Looped back around and made a fresh scrape right in the bait pile. That's probably the one I'm looking for tonight. I'm on the other side of the swamp from him, which is where I think the buck would have been driven to. After we were tracking and everything, I think it would have been pushed out of that area pretty good. So I think what's going to happen is the deer are going to come from straight out from me, kind of off to my right, which is where the camera will be facing. A lot of times I'll have this logging road that the deer will cross down to my left, and those are my two shooting lanes, just straight out and off to the left. Straight out to the left, probably 200-yard shot. Straight in front of me, 50 yards. On the edge of a cedar swamp and hardwood, so you're pretty limited in your options. If they're walking in between the trees, I might be able to squeeze one off, but you know, like I said, this stuff gets pretty thick pretty fast, so there's a lot of twigs and that kind of stuff. So the shooting lanes are really the money spots. You always got to be paying attention out here. So stay tuned and we'll see if we can't knock that big one down. I had a scrape right outside my bait pile that and a rub, and it hasn't been cleaned off, so I'm thinking maybe today might be the day that they come walking through. Who knows? Stay tuned and we'll find out. Alright, so that officially ends my hunting season. Ended up shooting that 4-point down in Marquette. Obviously not the deer that I wanted. It's the one that my dad took a shot at. You know, it probably would have survived. But is that a risk I'm willing to take? For me, it just comes down to ethics. I had to make a call, and obviously I saw some deer that were bigger than that. Passed on all those. I had a full late season bow.
Um, but that's just what happens. And put meat in the freezer. I'm as happy as could be with it. Uh, my big deer down in Marquette at my other spot um, survived rifle season. At least I have pictures of it into late season. So as long as it survives the winter, should be a pretty good year next year. I can't wait. I'm already counting down to turkey season and big things coming.